Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Europa Universalis 4. So this is using the MEIOU and taxes mod. I don't know how you said that, MEIOU or whatever. But basically a total conversion mod. It is probably the total conversion mod that has been released for EU4. Completely changes the game, really. It extends the timeline considerably. Which is really quite nice. Hundreds of new events, hundreds of new provinces. Yep, mechanics overhauled. Indeed. Now, who will I play? I've been thinking about this one quite a lot, actually, and I believe I will go with Achaea. Now, why Achaea? Well, it's a challenge, it's only 3 provinces. Fortified development isn't that much, really. It's okay, but it's not huge. It's decent to begin with, I should say. But what I like about this is the fact that it has the French ideas, and now the French ideas are pretty goddamn strong. I mean, the fact that we have the French Knights, that's lead shock, lead siege, the 15% manpower, true faith, lead of fire, then production, national tax, and yearly army traditions. So basically, is all geared to a strong military, which is pretty damn interesting. It was a strong fight between Achaea and Athens, actually. Now the reason for that is basically Athens has Lombard culture, as well as Greek culture. So theoretically I could have invaded Italy and taken part of Italy and been okay with that, in terms of the culture aspect. But Achaea does win out in some different ways, which I will show you right here. Now I don't know how the performance will be, this is obviously a incredibly taxing mod. And recording it at the same time may not be the greatest idea, but we'll see. But here we go. So this is how the game looks now. So you can see here we have the White Horde, basically the Khanate are still in play at this time. The Ottomans are rising, the Empire of Rome is beginning to be eclipsed. Oh well, I say beginning, it's yeah, it's no longer the empire it once was. So, what is the reason I chose Achaea then over Athens? Ignoring all the personal unions over here. Basically, I have Western units. Now that is a crazy good thing, especially later on in the game. So you can see here, Eastern units, Western units. It's going to be very, very nice. Yeah, there we go. Now, Western units tend to be just overall better in the end. Early game and mid game, there's some good units from the East, as well as the Muslims and etc. But I like this. We can form the Kingdom of Greece, the Kingdom of Hellas, and importantly we have the Anjou dynasty. So we share a dynasty with Naples, Hungary and Albania, which is quite powerful. So this time Naples is independent and does lead a personal union with Provence and Corfu. They have cores with Sicily. So the idea here then is basically we try to buddy up with Naples. We try and hope that we one day form a union over them. That would be crazy, but hey, the hope is out there. So we need to improve our relations. I will start by a royal marriage. Do I have a mission for this? No, I do have the one for the army and for paper relations. That prestige is quite nice. The army tradition is quite nice as well. So we'll go for our royal marriage. Okay. MEIOU will be our rival. We're going to start to fabricate. There we go. Okie dokie. So I'll pause in a moment, but we're just going to build up an army first. So as we do have the Western tech, receives the inefficient support penalty if the amount of cavalry in an army is more than 50%, which is fair enough. So we could go for 2 infantry and 2 cavalry, and that would work until like 1 infantryman dies, so yeah. We'll go for 1 free. Well, in fact, I could go all infantry in fact. Which I might do, actually, considering it's about half the price, which is really quite valuable. With our ideas, we do... Ah, there we go. Yeah. Now, apparently we do have 20% cheaper infantry, which is really going to pay out in the end. That leader maneuverability is pretty damn nice. So with these ideas, we're going to have incredibly good ideas. Incredibly good leaders. We have started a popular religion, which is interesting. Which is another facet of this nation. Basically, we're like a crusader state, is how I could explain it. Or how the Franks took over Sicily, etc. That sort of thing, really. We are Catholic, but the religion in the provinces is Orthodox. So that does help us, especially with the West, as we can improve our relations quite nicely due to the fact that we have the same religion. Okay, so France has an interregnum, which is rather interesting and sucks for them. So we'll begin. Hopefully performance is going to be okay. Right, misguided warrior. The character was too educated to become a leader of men, but failed to learn anything but personal combat. He might be a fine warrior, but anything beyond basic tactics and strategy is lost on him. Right. So we gained 1 yearly army tradition, but we lose 1 leader, fire and shock, which isn't very good. Ah well. Just going to turn up the music here. I do like the music. There we go. So we can gain our alliance here. The court event has not fired. Just got to wait for that one. Ooh. Oh yes, we did in fact gain stability. Fantastic. Okay, as the ruler of Achaea, Roberto was expected to live in a style fit for a prince, and maintain a court to match his power and his ambition. Maintaining a proper court was usually the second largest expense for a nation after paying for the army. Even a humble ruler had multiple palaces to maintain, servants to pay, feasts to hold, courtiers to entertain, art to commission, and ceremonies to perform. Although the expenses could be ruinous, a luxurious court was indispensable to a ruler. Ostentatious displays of wealth were not just for the prince's benefit, they were for a public display of his power. This impressed foreign dignitaries and kept locals from considering rebellion. A lavish court was also provided entertainment, pensioned positions for aristocrats, keeping them occupied, jockeying for positions at court rather than raising their banners against their liege. Okay. But this comes with the... it comes with a number of downsides. I mean, there's a lot of good things to this, but I mean, the yearly corruption increase is rather rampant. Though, we'll go for a, We'll go for a magnificent court. Having that national vote risk -2 is pretty damn good. The diplomatic reputation, the improved relations, an extra advisor, an extra diplomat is pretty damn indispensable. As you can see here, our corruption is growing. So I suppose it didn't cost us too much right now due to the fact of the size of our nation. Okay. So we should be able to ally with Naples. I'll probably keep this running about speed 3. I don't know how much more it could handle. There we go, fairly developed. That's pretty damn nice. So how development works in this mod is rather interesting. You don't just basically spend your mana points to increase the development over here. You have to let your provinces develop, basically. What I mean by that is, if we're at peace for a long time, we're making lots of money, we have these good policies. Like, soon I'll gain policies that will be like, yeah, centralization efforts like this. That would be a good one to increase development, which I could go for, actually. It's pretty rough on the corruption, but hey, we could probably manage that. The bloody estates. The clergy is quite good, due to the fact that we gain the papal influence. The tax increase is pretty nice too. So I can call a diet and give them more loyalty. I can seek the support of the clergy. There we go. Right, that's pretty damn nice. All news. Okay. I'm going to create some claims on Pyrus 2. But the good news is that we have an alliance with a larger power than our own. Okay, here we go. I'll let you guys read this if you like. So if you want to, you can just pause here. Okay, there we go. So now for our own policy, we would need a statesman, but we also need a ruler with administration of 3. So Roberto is not good enough. Yep, so we have Neapolitan culture as well, which is pretty bloody nice. So we are technically in the same culture. Well, our lands aren't, but maybe they will change in time. But our ruler is of this culture group over here. So Southern Italian, basically. So the situation in the Mediterranean is quite interesting. Castile and Aragon. So Sicily is at war with Castile. They are a vassal of Aragon. So Sicily is a vassal of Aragon. They have a personal union over Athens. So Athens is in a double lock. It's kind of difficult to get out of that. You kind of have to pray. And you can't really declare war on your liege due to your liege being a vassal. And then a personal union. It's kind of like difficult like that. Okay. So we are making a decent amount of cash. I should look at getting some advisors. The prestige would be okay. Though we can gain more prestige over here. That's really damn good. Production efficiency. If we can get these guys that reduce the tech cost, then that's fantastic. Like so. And you, my friends. So we can afford this. Have barely enough in the bank to afford it, but we can. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is we are not of Western tech grid, we are still Eastern. So we are still going to suffer from the 20% malice to technology. Which is rough, but hey, we'll get over it. As long as we manage things wisely, we should be okay. Oh, great plague. Load the cannons with medical leeches. Oh dear. So it's fairly early in the morning here. And of course I'm recording, which means I'm going to talk like shit. I'm sure you guys are used to it. Right, the Holy Roman Empire. I could try to become a member of the Holy Roman Empire. It would be somewhat difficult, but if I captured land on the periphery of the Empire, then it could be possible. Right, are we going to struggle to... Okay, we're going to struggle. So we'll secure our papal relations. And for the time being, we'll put our army maintenance all the way down. Can't quite get low enough. I can put the fleet on mothball status. So at least then we are still making cash. A tiny amount, but it's enough to keep us in the green. There we go. So Greece is at war. Pyrrhus is fighting Thessaly. And Arbanon. The Romans are suffering. Has a ruler changed? No. Playing the Romans is quite interesting. I have done it, I have gone up to the 1600s from the 1444 start. And the issue is corruption. Corruption is absolutely rampant. The issue is the fact that Constantinople, once you activate an event, basically it produces civil services, which is the same as like gold, gem, silver, civil services. And that gives you lots and lots of corruption. And it's really damn difficult to keep on top of it. You have to spend an insane amount. We'll try speed 4 then. There we go. So we do have Venice over here. Now, Venice would be an incredibly valuable ally. Their navy would be insanely good for us. It wouldn't really help us once the Ottomans come across here, but just having them in play would be fantastic. It would shield us from powers that may have large armies but small navies. Right, England and France are at war. The War of Breton Succession. Okay. We could try to support the independence of Sicily. And then at least with navals we could fight Sicily. It's interesting. I could probably try to take Athens. And taking Athens would be fairly decent. Tolerated Catholic minority. So there's 20% Catholics in here. Ah, goddammit. Okay, 30th of October. Expansion is going to be somewhat problematic. Now, I'm still fabricating on a pirate, so that's fine by me. I can gain military access from Thessaly, so that's good. That's very good. Okay, so I can't align with them. But I could gain this province, which is a 17 base tax province. Well, 17 development province, which is fairly decent. But I think we'll focus on Moria first, but at least we can take the, is this the Peloponnese? Peloponnese, no? I can't quite remember which is the Peloponnese. Where's the Peloponnese? I should know this, I knew this until 5 seconds ago when I said it, and then I completely not sure of it now. Right. Let's figure this one out. Right, yes, so this is the Peloponnese, that's it, I bloody well knew it. So southern part of the Greece, the Peloponnese Peninsula. That's what I was talking about. Okay, keep on building up that spy network. That could be useful in the future. Especially if we are to, basically expand into Catholic, well, Orthodox lands. I don't know if I'll stay Catholic, I'd like to try and stay Catholic as that's going to be quite useful. There's more Catholic allies than there are Orthodox allies. Okay, a new Pope. The Pope's authority is strong. And the Empire of Romans. Yeah, they're going to meet a bitter end. And there we go, solidified our papal relations. So we're good. We're very good to go. I'd love to try and convert them, but I don't really have anywhere near that possibility. We do have a mission to fortify over here, which would gain us some manpower, which is pretty decent. Their independence is guaranteed by the Empire of Rome. Okay. So I can do this, and I can gain my claim over here. So I have a claim there. I could... No, I can't. Okay. Now, ideally, I'd be able to save up and buy a galley, so I could defeat their navy. But I reckon they would probably give me military access. Yes, they would. Good. Okay. I'm going to need a good leader. Roberto isn't bad, actually. We could increase our force. The plague is pretty damn rough. Wow. So our dynasty isn't exactly good at producing competent rulers. That's always fun. Oh, great, wow. I can lose that stability. Stability is cheaper than legitimacy. I do have a merchant, actually. Should put that in a trade zone. There we go. So she's a militarist. Yeah, the Anjou dynasty isn't just, isn't very good. Fucking hell, Hungary has an amazing king, though. I'd like him. Poor Romans. Why am I still building a spy network? I don't need it. Okay, we'll put up the army maintenance. I can live off loot in the province here. There's a lot of gold in here, but obviously the fact is, as we loot it, we are damaging the province that we are going to be taken. Now I can have Roberto lead the army. Really? Yeah. Is it Achaean? Achaean? Achaean. Let's go with Achaean. Oh wow, okay. Now we will be at war with the Romans, so we will deal with their navy. Which is not very... it's not very nice. They're most likely going to blockade us, so we'll have to be prepared for that. Okay, so they have 3,000 infantry. They do have a good position though, so I may in fact need to save up. Okay. I could ask for a contribution, it would lose me loyalty. I could lose 20 loyalty over here. I would lose those taxes. But I would gain 100 administrative points. Which is pretty damn good. Okay. I improve relations with Venice. Okay. Fabricate claim on Moriga. Oh, thank God. Yep. So we need to increase our favours. Every 4 years we'll gain a favour. So once we have 10 we can bring them to war with us, pretty much guaranteed. But that's a long time. That's a hell of a long time. I could wait until I have a second claim over here. It would certainly make things cheaper. Especially as they have the increased coring cost, which is pretty bloody annoying. Arses. Oh, we could arrange a carnival. That would cost us 5.89 ducats. It does have the potential for us to make more. I do lose legitimacy there. Okay. So we have plentiful manpower, that's really quite nice. That production efficiency is very nice. I could give some of this land, so I do gain by having merchant republics nearby, which is quite nice. I think I'll give them this land over here. That might keep them sweet. It definitely increases their loyalty as well. And I can bump it up even further. So there we go, development is cheaper, trade efficiency is higher. So I'm not making much, but it's not too bad. Right, the Balkans. I'll just collect from there. I don't think I can transfer it down. No. This node, yep, it's basically in or out. There's, well, it's in from these areas. You can see here. So I might as well collect over here then, if I can. I doubt we have any trade power over there, but hey, it is better than nothing. That's a little bit of extra money. Which is going to make a big difference in the end. Right, we don't have any corruption, which is fantastic. Keeping it, just on target, which is good news. Very good news. Right, I could afford another spearman. Or a spear regiment. Just men, really. We'll just call them men. Now, that should give us the advantage. Oh, that would be lovely. Tolerance of the true faith and your legitimacy. Legitimacy is just amazing. I think with the money that we could take from winning this war, I will give it to the clergy. Gaining their loyalty is pretty damn nice. Some new land conquered can be given to the nobility. That should keep them sweet. Right. In fact, yep, I'm going to wait. Church influence. Right then, so church influence is interesting. Reform desire. Right, what is our church influence right now? The Orthodox ones have it really easy. You can see exactly how much you have. Okay, we're allowed to stand. Ah, right, current piety is 6%, okay. So tolerance of heretics and heathens is reduced, but we do gain legitimacy for defense, morale of armies, and tolerance of the true faith.